creatures, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name's Amy and I hope you're doing well today. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's so good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what's up? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I'm really excited to do this pick a card today. This is all about messages from Lilith, and if you'll notice, the cards here all have the same kind of energy, color, the colors and stuff like that. So keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private sessions. All that information is down in my description box below, along with my social media. So this is messages from Lilith, and it's really dealing with the energy of the violet flame, okay? And this is something that I utilized when I first started trying to, get up out of bed, get well, get all my spiritual gifts kind of more activated. And it's a really powerful energy. So some ways a violet flame can work for people, or the violet light. It can help you fall asleep. Violet light can help you fall asleep. It reduces emotional and mental stress, okay? The violet flame can transmute negative energy into positive energy, and it can help you learn how to transmute. It can teach you how to be able to work with the negative energies and turn that into a positive. So, and it's a bridge. It's a bridge to a certain spiritual frequency and a level of self-mastery. Now, it doesn't mean that it comes wrapped in a bow. There's work that has to be done with this energy. Okay, and a lot of things that happen with the violet flame is there's an energy of forgiveness, of mercy for yourself, forgiving yourself, and there's a freedom that comes with the violet flame. So also this energy can be used, like I said before, to enhance your psychic or spiritual gifts. It can make your intuition stronger. If you're creative, it can make the intuitive hits more powerful. So today, Lilith wants to talk about this energy and how it's going to affect your life, how you can use it. I haven't done these readings yet, so I'm not sure what's going to come out, but she did point me into the way that it's time to start talking about the violet flame, the violet light, because my channel used to be called the Violet Realm, and that was for a reason. I literally had visions of accessing kind of a violet realm, a realm of possibility, a realm of healing, wholeness, freedom. And I got to tell you, it was a very powerful experience in my life, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you with these cards in front of me if I hadn't had that experience. I still work with that energy all the time. And sometimes you may feel it in some of the readings. So, all right, let's go through the cards. These cards, I was told to pick from this deck, and these are the cards that Lilith wanted. So this is from the Beyond Lemuria deck. It's a highly spiritually advanced deck. There is many layers within the art. Art is a powerful spiritual medium, and a lot of energy comes forth in these cards just by, you can use them as a meditative guide as well. If you're a starseed, you might highly identify with these cards as well. So, or spiritual, we're all different. We all resonate at different kind of frequencies, but anyway, okay, so number one is going to be unique gifts. This is a powerful card, really powerful. And let's see, we have alignment. I love how the artist uses the, there's not a spiral, there's kind of a spiral here, but that's a constant kind of theme in this deck, the spiraling energy. So, and then we have new blueprints. All right, guys, I will insert a photograph as well, so you can take a moment and kind of meditate. If you're drawn to more than one, there's probably a message in more than one for you, okay? So I will see you guys on the other side. Bye, guys. All right, hi, group one. Welcome to your reading. Let me get some more cards here. Obviously, you have some unique gifts. I feel like there is a heart chakra activation going on with you, but your heart chakra activation has to do with the upper quadrant of chakras. There's also a chakra above your head as well, and I feel like your upper chakra system now is going to begin to really activate, and that's when you start really seeing the manifestation of your psychic gifts. This could also be like artistic gifts. It could be also becoming clear on what your life purpose is, or your main goal in life. We have the champion of Avalon, championship, nobility, and self-realization. Being self-realized is something that many people never experience in life. So I know that self-realization for me has changed my life in so many ways. I know who I am. I know where I want to go. And before I didn't. And a lot of times when we have trauma, we're foggy. We're just foggy. We don't know where to go. We're still kind of in that state, where when you are traumatized, your brain kind of gets into a state of just being frozen a little bit, unable to really see clearly where to go and how to manifest, and not really sure you want to see, Self-realization helps you know that it's safe for you to see yourself as you are. Sorry if this is a little crooked. As you are, and it's safe for you to dream, and it's safe for you to go towards your dreams. That your emotions are valid, your personality is valid, you are valid, and it's safe. There's a safety that comes with self-realization. You're no longer afraid of who you are. All right, I'm gonna get some more oracle cards here. We have Herbal Kitchen Alchemist. So yeah, there's an alchemy energy here. So like I said earlier about the violet flame, many times the violet flame helps us move out of a state of kind of being frozen. I'm feeling that with you guys, maybe being a little frozen, especially when it comes to these gifts and abilities, because it's scary. The thought of really rising is scary, because the reality of rising is much different from the dream of rising, because you're going to have to deal with people, and I know for me personally, when I was trying to, heal myself and trying to get out of bed and trying to get my mind together, I didn't really think about the part where I was going to be dealing with a lot of people. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but for me, I had to compartmentalize a lot of that and take it on as I could. So there's also, with this energy, the violet flame, you are sometimes pushed to take risks a little bit, not pushed, encouraged, but also in a safe way. So you may be afraid, but it's not an extraordinary amount of fear. It's a healthy fear, but as you start to rise and attention comes to you for what you do or where you're going, you will have to face those fears of having to deal with people and being judged and things like that. And part of self-realization, part of this unique gifts, part of the violet flame, the violet energy, is you heal the fact that honestly, you get to the point where you don't really care what other people say about you anymore. It means very little, because you are self-realized and you know that your emotions, your reality is valid, and you have no need to prove anything to anyone. You're just on your game doing your stuff, okay? And of course, I don't mean you don't care what people think, but it no longer affects you. The judgment doesn't affect you like it used to. You become a little fearless. We have control, zombie. Yeah, there's an element here that, especially when this energy starts to really play and your heart chakra begins to get healed, you'll realize how much your need to control your environment and your emotions has been a block. I know and I only speak from my point of view, because my hope is that you understand that I understand this. I understand what you're going through, if you resonate with this stack. For those of us who have had some really bad stuff happen, the need to control our emotions is so paramount. I can't even tell you how I feel this so strongly right now. In order for you to heal and become self-realized, many times you have to let go of the need to control the emotions. I lived in fear of my emotions. I was always afraid that if I started crying, I would never stop. If I got angry, and anger was a friendly feeling to me. I felt better feeling angry than I did feeling the real emotion. My anger covered every emotion. So I really didn't have to feel it, And when I stopped when I was able, not stopped, when I was able to kind of get a handle on my anger and focus it where it should really go, I started feeling more emotions. And I learned that, you can cry and stop. It's not forever. You don't linger in sadness. You don't linger in grief. Many of you may have so much grief in your life that it's frightening to think that you could fall into the grief and not come out of it. But in order to move through grief, in order to move through sorrow, we need to hold space for it to be expressed. Okay? If you do not express these emotions, they manifest in ways that control your life. And you think you're controlling your emotions, but really they're controlling your fear of experiencing them. I cannot tell you how much I've cried in the last 2 years. I am 50 years old, and I cried more in the last 2 or 3 years, I guess we're going on 3 now, than I have in my entire life. I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself to go to the edge of sorrow and just be submerged in it. Okay. And it was really tough. I cried every day. Sometimes I cried 3 times a day. People looking at it would say, oh my gosh, she's so depressed. But for me, it was healing. I took a lot of salt baths. I swear by a salt bath. Let me get a drink here. I swear by a salt bath. I think they're one of the most powerful forms of healing. If you get into the bath, you set your bath. You get some Epsom salt, you can bless the salts. You can put your hands on the water and say your intentions are to heal and release your sorrow, your grief, your anger, whatever it is. And then when you're in the bath or the shower, you can do it with water running over you. You begin to feel the emotions and allow them to kind of picture them, visualize them seeping into the water. And as they go down the drain, they're returned to Gaia, the source, our mother. And what happens, it's very magical what happens. The energy you give to Gaia, that the sorrow, the grief, the anger, is transmuted by her energy, by their energy, and returned to you in different ways that you will probably find unexpected. So let me get a drink here. All right, okay, let me keep pulling. Let's get some more energy on the table. I'm going to pull from a couple of light decks here. Tell me more. And you will find, okay, this is interesting. You will find behind the experience of holding space for your emotions, once you really start doing that, write out how you feel. I wrote so much during that time, and express it. You don't have to tell people, you don't have to show people what you write. You don't really have to tell people what you're doing, because it's a very intimate act to hold space for your emotions, especially if you're someone who has tried to control them or ran from them or are afraid of them in some way. I know for me, it was a very private kind of thing that I did. And I know people from the outside looking in probably were like, oh, wow, she's really depressed. No, I was actually healing and allowing myself to feel emotions that were, from my childhood, very old, very rooted. And it took a lot. I still have moments where I deal with the sorrow. I think if you've experienced extreme trauma, I feel like you deal with it forever. It's forever part of your quantum field, but it doesn't have to be a detriment. It can actually be a strength, because you can connect with others through these terrible experiences, and you can find peace and wholeness, and you can help heal other people and find that your trauma, whatever bad thing happened to you, does not define you. It happened, but it's not who you are. You are more than that. Okay, let me get some more energy here for group 1. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, and what I'm getting with this is that we live many lifetimes in one lifetime. Okay, we are many different things over the course of the years, and we have to forgive ourselves for maybe some what we feel are negative choices we've made. We have to forgive ourselves for maybe not living up to the expectations of others, but we also have to realize that the expectations of others is probably what's kept us where we are, kept us kind of in this frozen state or this state of illusion where, you know, we fear our emotions, we fear our past. You may have, I feel like some of you have like Swiss cheese memory. I have this. So there are pockets of your life you may not remember clearly. And usually that's because something traumatic has happened. And, you know, please seek professional help. I am not a counselor, a psychotherapist. You know, please seek professional help. But I know that allowing and giving space to honor and validate your own emotions can be very freeing. It can help you release a lot of soul patterns and contracts and things like that that we have with others in this lifetime. So let's keep going. I'm going to get into some tarot here in a minute. Yeah, this is a healing process. And the reason why unique gifts is here is once you really start the process of healing yourself deeply, a lot of your creativity starts to come forth. Okay, a lot of inspired thought. It's as if that block, when it's released underneath, because this is a big block. This is something that probably many of you have been dealing with most of your life. Okay, some kind of intense block about yourself. Once you release that, once you get into the emotion of it and release it, you will find that your gifts, whatever they are, be they artistic or in business or in love or psychic or creative, whatever it is, it seems like the dam is opened and you become aware of possibilities within your life. And you become inspired. And you will also begin to realize that other people feel that way. They feel like you do, okay? So the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Okay, so I feel like for you guys in particular, this violet flame energy is coming forward to help you heal. Okay, it's to help you heal and release. This is about, you know, I know that this is about forgiving yourself and others. However, there's a caveat here. I believe that there are things that can be done to us as very vulnerable souls that I don't think forgiveness is the right word. Okay. Because I feel like when we tell trauma victims, oh, you need to forgive that person who did that horrible thing to you, that completely changed who you are, and fundamentally you are a different person than you were before that happened. Sometimes people do things to us because they're in pain, right? Because they've experienced it or they're in pain. However, it doesn't change the fact that there are acts that can be done, violations of will that can be done, that literally destroy parts of yourself. Okay, and I know that's intense, but and this is how I feel about it, and this is what Spirit is saying, is that, you know, you become a different person. And I always looked at it as, well, it's almost like killing me who I could have been. But the truth is that I am who I was created to be, and that experience brought me to where I am today. Now, do I feel like I needed to forgive and have Thanksgiving with people who were horrible to me and fundamentally hurt me so deeply that I couldn't deal with it for 40 years? No, no, I will never tell people you need to forgive. I think that's very personal. If you feel like you need to forgive, that's your journey. For me, I hold accountable, okay? And do I forgive? I don't know if forgiveness is the right word. I'm at peace. I'm at peace with it. And I don't think that I can move towards forgiveness right now. Can I in the future? Maybe. But right now I'm at peace. And I'm going to say something to you guys that may be upsetting, and I'm just being guided to it, so I'm going to say it. Now, a lot of people find, and this is my path, this is my journey, I'm sharing it with you because I hope you understand that I do understand this pain, this level of pain. I have literally had to cut out 99.9% of the people that were in my life because the toxicity was so intense that I could not get better. My health couldn't improve. My mental state couldn't improve. And I couldn't rise and be the person that I was born to be in that level of toxicity. Some of us have very toxic beginnings, and we come from toxic families. And sometimes that's the hardest call, to kind of go no contact. But I tell you what, there's a healing energy when you're called, and you'll know if you're called. It's an intuitive hit. You'll know if you're called. If you're called to do a no contact, it's because that cord needs to be broke. That connection needs to be broke. Now, can it be reformed later? Yeah, possibly. You know, when you feel better, when you are in a good place, when you're feeling good about yourself. But usually when you're called to go no contact, spirit, the universe, your subconscious, your higher self, whatever, is trying to get you to a place where you can heal and be happy. The whole point in life is to be happy and enjoy your moments. You can't really enjoy your moments when you're still dealing with people who are doing patterns of behavior with you that continue to keep you almost a prisoner to this level of toxicity. Okay, so that's not going to resonate for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, healing takes different forms for different people, and I feel like you guys have a really special gift to share with the world, and that there are projects or things or businesses or activities that you may have been called to do before, but you never understood how that would work. And now this is coming forward. This violet energy is coming forward to kind of show you the way. As you heal, your path is revealed. And it doesn't mean you're going to know the outcome. It doesn't mean that you're going to know how it's going to work out. It just means that you're open to going forward and no longer being held, you know, in kind of, I'm seeing like a person on a pathway, but there's chains around them and they can't move. It's like releasing the chains, releasing the bondage to this trauma or really bad event, and you're able to actually move forward. So what happens is, it's like spirit gives you a key to unlock this chain around you, and the key can be different for different people, but holding space for your emotions seems to be kind of the basic idea, and that's going to be different for different people. As you understand the key to your lock and you release yourself, you move forward. You may move forward with, you know, getting a therapist or a counselor or going to the doctor, or there's usually some kind of action you have to take care of yourself. Okay, and it's as if the pathway just slowly starts to reveal itself. And then as you heal, you begin to walk it, and you find all these wonderful possibilities, and you feel inspired again. You feel connected with life. You'll have moments in your days where you'll just be happy to be alive. You'll start to appreciate your life more because you're not held in bondage to what has happened to you. Okay, the first card I got is the Ace of Cups. Beautiful energy. The Ace of Cups can be like, it's the energy of wish fulfillment. It can be love. It can be opportunity. There's a lot of healing with the Ace of Cups, a lot of intuition and creativity. I feel like you guys probably are psychic. You probably are very empathic. That's part of the reason why you have felt this way, okay? Because when empaths get around toxic people, they take on their emotions, and they take on that. It's kind of a nasty energy. I'm feeling like narcissistic energy here, and for the empath narcissist cycle is very real, okay? Narcissists feed off empaths, and empaths, you know, many empaths don't even know that's happening, okay? So I feel like this is an awareness coming forward of really how powerful you are, how gifted you are, and how your life has unfolded in such a way for you to heal and become kind of a champion for yourself. We have the nobility, a championship, nobility, self-realization. You become a champion for yourself. You become your own hero. You don't look outside yourself for people to heal you. You begin to understand that in order to be really healed, you have to come to the awareness that, number one, you need to heal. There's some things you need to heal. We all have things we need to heal. Two, you become aware that your emotions, your experience are valid, okay? Gaslighting is very real. We use that word a lot nowadays, but the truth is that hardcore narcissists use gaslighting with such a skill that you never know it's happening, but you just end up feeling horrible all the time, because you can't ever seem to please anyone or make anyone else happy. And the truth is, those expectations that have been held for you are other people's expectations. And in reality, you need to do things that make you happy, because you are a valid human having a valid human experience, and you deserve to be happy. Don't let anyone ever tell you different, okay? Happiness was created for you as well as everyone else, okay? And the thing is that when we stay in these negative, toxic patterns with people, and we start to like bring distance, get healing. We start standing up for ourselves, maybe speaking out more. It catalysts the other toxic energy. And many times they get angry. There's yelling, you've changed. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Oh, it was a joke. Oh, there's a lot of like devaluing your experience. But as you heal, you can see it. You become aware, like you see the pathway. You become aware that this is the mechanism that's happening. And many times you feel like, you know what? The best thing here is just to kind of back off as I heal, because this energy is spinning. Many times the narcissists or toxic people begin to spin, okay? Because they're trying to get control. And lean into your healing. Lean into the violet flame, okay? Lean into mercy for yourself. I think you've held space for mercy for others, because in order for an empath to stay in kind of a toxic situation, they have to be compassionate to others. And sometimes an empath is more compassionate to other people than themselves. But the true compassionate energy comes from being compassionate for yourself first, and then you're compassionate for others, because you understand the power of compassion. Let me get another card here. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. So this is, a lot of times the Five of Cups is about regret, grieving, and hang on, let me get another drink here. The Five of Cups is like, in a traditional Five of Cups, sorry, this is the Croatia Tarot. In the traditional Five of Cups, we have a person who is looking at 3 spilled cups. There are 2 cups behind them, and there is like a city off in the distance, and there's water across, like a stream, I think. And I'm feeling like, the Five of Cups is often about grieving, about regret. And many times when we begin to heal, when we become activated and more into our emotions and our own champion, these energies around us begin to spin, okay? And they get you in this place where you're like, am I sure this is what I want to do? Did that really happen? That's part of the gaslighting. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe, this, that, or the other. You begin to doubt, and then you have regrets. And sometimes when you start healing, you start thinking, man, I wish I'd done this sooner, because if I'd done this sooner, I could have done blah, blah, blah. That's also a trap, okay? Understand you're right where you need to be, okay? You're right where you need to be. If you hadn't gone through the things you've gone through, you couldn't be in this situation where you're ready to move forward. You're ready to heal. You're ready to become more of the person that you were created to be. Okay, we have the Sun. Okay, the Sun is the most positive card in the deck. And what happens is that as we, there are moments where, you may feel a little hopeless, have this regret. It seems like the universe comes in and starts validating you. The universe comes in and gives you gifts, like small gifts of like, you're on the right path, you're manifesting. And the thing is it's really important to pay attention to signs from the universe. And what I mean by signs, I mean numbers, songs, things that repeat. Often, if you have a tarot, if you do tarot, well, obviously you watch tarot readings, and you get the same message, that's the universe telling you something, okay? If you hear a song over and over, that's the universe telling you something. If you see numbers over and over, that's the universe telling you something. I don't believe there's any coincidences in this life, okay? Everything is programmed. Everything is set in motion. Everything is the way it should be, okay? So, and I feel like there's a lot of enlightening, powerful, radiant energy coming for you with this Sun card. This Sun card is very powerful. You're going to discover these unique gifts, these hidden aspects of yourself, and you're going to be called to illuminate it, to not hide it anymore. There may be elements of your gifts. There may be elements of your personality or psyche. There's something that you may not have shown other people or told other people, and that's going to be illuminated, okay? Then we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about breakthrough. So, I'm getting chills. Like, you will have a breakthrough moment, okay? You will have a moment where, and many of you who have been on this journey, this is about you having that moment where everything shifts. Everything begins to shift. Like, if you're trying to manifest a job, that job unfolds. If you're trying to manifest money, that money unfolds. If you're trying to manifest more healing, that healing really unfolds, and you break through and you begin to understand. It's a I want to say it's a gift or reward from the universe, but it's actually a byproduct of holding space for yourself, honoring yourself, and healing. Okay, so we get another card for you guys. I'm feeling this one, and I feel the top one, so I'm going to get both of those. Okay, I have, let's see, I have the Eight of Pentacles. So working on your stuff, just digging at and this is hard work, okay? This level of spiritual healing is hard work. You have to really dig deep. It becomes a focus. When you start this, yeah, your regular life is going on, but this healing becomes the focus. It becomes the work of your life. You start to realize that this is what I'm called to do right now. And so I'm going to devote time for it. I'm feeling like a lot of you probably need to make space for this process if you haven't. If you are on this journey, know that there are blessings coming from this. And we have the Ten of Swords here. So the Ten of Swords is about an ending to this this regretful grieving energy here. Okay, it's the ending of that. It's the ending of doubt. It's the ending of pain. And I'm not saying you won't feel pain anymore, but the pain won't have such a dramatic effect. You won't feel the chains around you. You won't feel bound by it anymore. You'll understand that it is natural to feel emotions. You're a human being, and these emotions need to be expressed, and you'll feel happier for expressing these emotions. And however you do, please do it in a healthy way and seek help. Okay. And then we have all these really positive cards. So there's a lot of positive energy. The universe wants you to know that good, beautiful things are happening for you, okay? And hold space for that. Dive into it. Believe it. Know it to be so, okay? And you will rise, all right? Okay, guys, that's what came forward for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hi, Group 2. All of you that selected alignment 18. Can you guys see? There we go. Alignment. Okay. All right, so let's see what Lilith has for you. Obviously, there's an alignment coming. You may be feeling it now, but I feel like for many of you, this is coming. This alignment's coming for you. And let's see what Lilith has to say about it. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. We have motherhood, ferocity, and creation. Oh, wow. Okay, for some of you, this is literally about, you know, having children. Okay, for others, this is giving birth to something. It could be a job, a business, a relationship. We're going to get into it and see. And many times that's kind of the energy of the violet flame. It's about infinite possibilities and creation. It's not just about healing and freedom, although you really kind of have to heal to do this level of creative work. Okay, so let's get some more energy on the table here. Going to pull, I have so many cards right now on the table, so many decks. Let's get one from the Halloween Oracle. Tell me more about this alignment for Group 2. For some of you guys, there's some kind of religious practice, philosophical practice that you're being pulled to, and maybe you've been resistant to it because you have judgment about it, because of programming. And many times we are blocked from properly aligning because of the programming we have. It could be from childhood, it could be from school, it could be from, it's everything. We're programmed by this matrix the moment we're born. We're given a number, and we're made to feel like just another, well, just another cow in the herd kind of thing. And you're not just another cow or animal in the herd, okay? Your energy, I'm feeling your energy is very enlightened, all right? It's very aware. And this alignment here is really powerful. It's as if after maybe being, and I don't want to say the wrong track, because every track we're on, every path we're on leads us to the next one. But I feel like there is almost like a timeline adjustment happening in your life, okay? And don't be afraid of it. It's best when you come across this kind of energy where, you know, and I feel like for some of you, you maybe have lost a job, or what you thought you were going to do for work is leaving you unfulfilled, or maybe it's a relationship that's leaving you unfulfilled. And I feel like I'm literally seeing a train station. I often dream of like train stations, okay, where there's different tracks and people are on different tracks or different trains, okay, and there's literally an energy that comes in and flips the switch, and you switch the track. I feel like this is the violet flame energy coming forward in your life. So, and many times how it manifests is you'll begin to become aware of your relationships or your job or whatever this is that is not working for you. You become more aware of it. It becomes something that you begin to think about. I can remember sitting at one of my jobs that I had, and I was working really hard. I was kind of doing some forensic accounting, and forensic accounting can be really, it can be really intense. And I can remember just looking at the wall and being like, I need to do something more creative with my life. Like I don't want to spend 50 years like doing this kind of work. It's just not where I'm best. Okay. I don't feel good doing this kind of work. That kind of awareness is powerful when it happens. And I feel like for me, and that was years ago, for me, that was an awareness that, hey, I'm not going to be doing this forever. This is a means to an end, and an end it shall come to. And unfortunately, I didn't listen. I'm one of those people that are very hesitant, and I feel like my life had to take a certain turn in order for me to really become aware that, what people perceive as normal isn't probably going to work for me. You can't make a square fit into a circle. It just doesn't work. So, and I tried for years, and maybe you're trying to do the 9 to 5, raise your kids, have the little, and there's nothing wrong with normalcy. I'm not downgrading normalcy at all. It's valid. It's useful. Having routine, having a home, having family is important. Okay. But when you are spending your lifetime doing things that you do not enjoy, when you no longer find joy in your life, when you can't find things that make you happy, sometimes an adjustment is needed. And I almost feel like this card should say alignment, adjustment needed. And I feel like that's what's coming for you. Okay. That's part of the energy of 2022 for you guys, is a major adjustment of your timeline. So I feel like some of you have already been guided. Maybe you're looking for a job. Maybe you're starting a side business. Maybe you're looking at getting out of your current relationship because it's not fulfilling. And I'm going to say something that I have found to be true in my own life. I need to get a drink. Hang on. The old adage that you stay together for your children doesn't ring true. Okay, because your children feel the energy. They know, and I know this kind of from my own personal experience, they know when things aren't working out. They know when things aren't good. They know when you're not happy. And an unhappy parent, unhappy parents for children can be very traumatic, and there's no blame, no judgment here. But, we all have the best intentions when it comes to our families, but sometimes we have to change it up so people are happy. And, you want your family to be happy. You want you to be happy. Your happiness should be as important as everyone else's. If you hold other people's happiness above your own, then you're really not serving them or yourself. Okay. It's really important. I feel like some of you guys are just really unhappy with what you're doing. You're unhappy with where your life is. Maybe you're unhappy with your relationship and you feel like you can't get out of it. That is part of the adjustment, the feeling of being trapped. And that's interesting because group 1 had kind of the same energy, only theirs felt like bondage. Yours feels like you've walked into kind of a trap situation where you feel like you can't win. And, if you leave this job and make less money, what's going to happen to your family? If you leave your relationship, what's going to happen? That kind of thing. And the what ifs can keep you imprisoned. When you spend your mind, your mental energy on what ifs, you don't allow the universe to unfold for you. You don't allow your path to unfold because you're locked in the what ifs. And many times, because we put so much intention and energy into the what ifs, we block the universe from ever really unfolding our lives. So we have to surrender the knowing. We have to surrender the what ifs. We have to get to a place where we believe in ourselves and our happiness, and we believe what we're doing is going to help not just yourself, but other people, catalyst them to more happy situations. Because I tell you, for this group, I feel like you asking the universe for awareness is key. Ask the universe to make you aware of where the adjustments need to happen. And you will begin to see that you're not the only unhappy person in the situation, and that perhaps this is your moment to really begin to shift. Once you start to shift your mind, you will see that as time unfolds, your life begins to shift, okay? It really is very magical. We have the sacredness of pausing. There you go. So, and I feel like you guys, winter, this may really start to take form for you, especially in December and January, February. So that's pretty much winter, right? For most, well, in this hemisphere. But I feel like when you ask for awareness, many times you do enter a pause where there's no motion forward, there's no motion back. You kind of stay where you are, and you become aware. Like, this is what I'm getting. This is the intuitive hit I'm getting. I'm getting like being on a pathway and not being aware that there's a box around you where you can only move so far on the path, or so far back. Like, not being aware that the box was there in the first place, asking for awareness and seeing the box over you, like being aware that you're on a pathway that's blocked. You can't see where you're going. You can't see the pathway ahead of you because there's like a trap. There's like a thought process that's keeping you where you are, okay? When you become aware of the box around you that is containing you and keeping you from moving forward, it's much easier to punch through the wall. Okay, which means that there's probably going to be a leap of faith involved. There's going to be some kind of action involved in you moving forward. And many times there is. That's part of how it works. In order to get new energy flowing in our lives, many times we have to jump towards it. Okay, so that's probably going to be part of your alignment, is there's going to be a situation where you're going to have to think more about your own happiness. You're going to have to make decisions about your life. And it's really, man, I resonate with this so intensely. It's really hard to pick yourself, okay? Especially when you have a family, or especially when your family has expectations of you. It's really hard to say, you know what? In your mind, you say, you know what? I've become aware of the box. I don't want this box in my life anymore. It's just, because what happens is when you become aware that you are being blocked, when you become aware of the box that is keeping you trapped kind of in this one space on your pathway, you immediately become claustrophobic. You immediately want it removed. You become aware of it, and it's just like, I've got to get rid of this box around me. And so that kind of fires up the bravery that it takes to punch through the wall, to make the movement forward. But it will be risky. There'll be some level of risk because you'll have to choose yourself. I feel like they want those too. Okay. I feel like for you guys, the level of risk equals the level of reward. So we have stability, staff. Okay, so that's moving you towards a level of stability where you're no longer unhappy. And respect. Yeah, you have to respect yourself. This is really about respecting and holding space for your own happiness, okay? And being brave and saying, you know what? No. You know, people ask you to do things. You may be one of those people that give a lot of your time and you overgive, and people expect you to give. And the universe may tell you, you know what? You need to stop that. You need to take some of this energy that you're giving to someone else, to everyone else, and you need to start caring about yourself. I feel like mom here. I feel a mom energy coming in, like a maternal God form guide energy coming through and saying, you know what? You need to take care of yourself. Okay? This is what I'm picking up on. You need to take care of yourself. You need to respect yourself. And you need to understand that your happiness is important. No one's happiness is more important than yours. Okay? Because many people don't understand is when you care about your own happiness and you do things that make you happy, you catalyst other people to find their happiness. Okay? We catalyst each other all the time. We heal each other all the time. But healing doesn't come from doing outside activity necessarily. It comes from inside becoming aware of the activity or behavior you need to do to facilitate your own happiness. No one's life is more important than your own. And, you know, I'm not saying kids aren't important. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that no one's life, you have to get to the point where you're like, you know, if I'm not happy, my children aren't happy. If I'm not happy, my relationship isn't happy. That has to become important. That awareness needs to come forward, that you know, it was hard for me. It was really difficult for me to pick myself. In fact, I spent my life picking other people and doing other things for other people, living up to their expectations. And I'm telling you, it just about killed me. There was a moment in my life where I reached a critical crossroads, and I feel like, you know, this is not necessarily what's going to happen to you, okay? And that's why this energy is coming forward. But for me, I literally reached a crossroad where it was life or death. I had to choose myself or not choose myself and pass on. And I chose myself, and it was very difficult. I feel like this energy is coming forward so you don't ever get to that situation where you feel that way. You feel so threatened. You feel like, you know, if I continue to fulfill other people's expectations, I can't be alive in my life anymore because it's so miserable. I feel so miserable. So this is about you picking yourself and becoming happy and whole in yourself and making positive decisions and going into alignment, making the adjustments, okay? There may be people you have to let go of, and I'm sorry, and I know that's hard. There may be jobs, relationships, friendships, family relationships you need to let go of, or not go of the people, because this is different from group one. Group one had some things about no contact. I feel like for you, this is about putting boundaries up. Okay, for a lot of people, just putting the boundaries up and saying, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't have time to say yes to everyone. I don't have time to work 20 hours of overtime and still be happy and rested. You know, I can't work 80 hours a week. I can't go to school, work, raise my kids, and please everyone. It's not good for me. It's burning me out. And when you get burned out at that level, it takes a while to recover. You literally have to take a vacation from life to recover, and that's very hard for most people to do. So it's really important for this group that you make time to take care of yourself, to rest, drink some water, eat something healthy, do something that you can put your mental space into so you're not caught up in negative thoughts or what if thoughts. And that could be playing video games, it could be knitting, it could be crocheting, it could be reading, it could be writing, it could be being creative, it could be getting counseling, it could be, you know, whatever it is for you. It's different for different people. Okay, I'm feeling this bottom one here. Starseed, what lights you up? I think that is an important question for you guys. What lights you up? Okay, what would make you happy? You have to start thinking and shift your thinking. Maybe this is part of the alignment from what makes everybody else happy. What are my expectations? What do people, my boss, my partner, my family, my friends, what do they expect of me? Instead, put that aside and think, what makes me happy? Some of you guys may not even know what it is anymore, and that's okay. That's all right. It just means that you've been so giving and so present for everyone else that you have disconnected from yourself. And a lot of maternal energies fall into this, okay? Because we want our families to be happy, we want our relationships to be happy, and we put ourselves last, and that's not good. It's not healing, it's not living, okay? So the question coming forward for you from Spirit is, what lights you up? What lights you up? Let me get another drink here. I'm not going to cut the drinking parts out, so I have autoimmune disease and it dries out my mouth and all that stuff. So, okay. It's interesting. I think you're going to get to a place where people are going to get the real you. Okay. No longer fulfilling other expectations, no longer wearing masks of expectation, but really you in your power saying, no, I don't have time for that. You know, that day I rest or whatever. And some people will not like it, okay? They won't like it when you say no. They won't like it when you choose yourself. And that's when you know the universe is supporting you, okay? Because you'll start to get signs. Because that is really difficult when people around you start being upset because you're choosing yourself. When they really don't know the internal processes you're going through, they don't realize that the last however many years you've been doing things to please other people instead of yourself. This is like taking your power back, and it can be hard. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you it's easy, okay? This is not, the work that Lilith brings forward many times is not easy. It's not supposed to, because the rewards, the outcome is so great. The potential is so great. But there's all this other stuff you got to take care of. You got to heal yourself so you can get in connection with possibility, okay, with this alignment that's coming for you. All right, let's see here. We have the moon. Okay, this is, this can be illusion, and I feel like, and also intuition. It can be lies and things like that. But I'm feeling like, for you guys, this is illusions of self. This is illusions that you have, masks that you've been wearing for other people. And here's the thing: the people who have these expectations aren't necessarily bad people. Their expectations are based upon the fact that they think who you've been showing yourself to be is who you are. So in that sense, you can have compassion for them, that when you begin to really show who you are and make decisions that are in your best behavior, not best behavior, best interest, that, they're seeing you for the first time and they're confused. And it can help you kind of be compassionate and understanding, but also hold your ground. You're learning about boundaries, about healthy boundaries. All right, let's keep going here. And we have the Queen of Candles, the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is your energy coming into your own, making healthy decisions about yourself, getting stable, having a lot of self-respect, and leaning into the things that light you up, like this card said, leaning into your creativity, into your dreams. You know what? You're never too old to dream. Pardon me. You're never too old to dream. You're never too old to kind of walk into the moment of expressing yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of people of my particular generation, we are the X generation, who, due to a lot of things that happened in our lifetime on a global scale and on a personal scale, haven't really been able to walk into their power and really bloom. I feel like there's a lot of people of that generation that are going to be late bloomers, okay? And what's interesting is I think that late blooming energy feeds the younger generations, okay? It feeds them. It gives them hope that, time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are not a prisoner of time, okay? And you can rise and own your own business and live your dreams or whatever it is at any age, okay? It's really about understanding that time is kind of a human construct. It's a construct of this reality. But truly, spirit works outside of time. And they can guide you into a wonderful possibility, late in life, early in life, however that works for you. But I feel like no matter what generation you're at, this process is going to bring you to a place where you're happy, charismatic, glowing, friendly, open, compassionate, intuitive, highly gifted self can come forward. And like I said, there may be a need for compassion with the people in your life, okay, to understand what has happened here, what is going on. I'm feeling this card, these three cards, so let's take them. Okay, we have the Queen of Presents. The Queen of Presents is about, it can be like single parent vibe. This is about being independent, being able to take care of yourself and your family. Sorry. Your throat chakra may need some work. This may be a group that has trouble expressing themselves. Of course, if you're living up to other people's expectations, many times when you want to say no, you're saying yes. So you're stifling your own expression. But this is about being independent, being able to care for and nurture people, and yourself. This is about being able to stand on your own 2 feet, financially, and in every way, really. Okay, and we have the Page of Presents. This is an emerging energy of success, especially with the Queen of Presents here. This is Pinnacle energy. And then we have the King of Candles. So we have divine counterpart energy here. So part of this alignment will be that, and some of you may be in a relationship, but I feel like divine counterpart will be stepping forward. Now, I like divine counterpart energy more than twin flame, to be honest, because twin flame energy usually has a lot of, especially if you meet young, it can have a lot of issues that you guys work through together, and it can be really hard. I feel like for you, though, with this independent energy here, I feel like you're going to work through that. And this process of getting in alignment is going to bring someone to you. So if you're in a relationship that's not working and part of your alignment may be to let that go, there's someone coming forward, okay? This could be a new partner. For others, this could be someone who's going to see your talent and take you to the next level, an emerging success that's going to happen. And that's part of what Spirit's trying to do. They're trying to get you on the road towards being happy, being fulfilled, and successful. this is about being able to cover more than your bills, being able to have extra money to help. This could be a business that you want. I feel like a lot of you have businesses or creative things you want to do, and the universe is going to try to get you in alignment. And one of the first steps is you have to start making choices that are in your best interest. Okay? Okay, group 2, that's what came forward for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified of all my new content. And I will see you guys later. Have a beautiful day. Bye, guys. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. The card you picked is New Blueprints 38, which reduces to 11. 11 is a master number. Let me see if I can get there we go. There's a lot of beautiful energy in this card. What I'm picking up here is the butterfly on the throat chakra. Yeah, it feels like this activation of your throat chakra is going to change the blueprints of your life. It's going to change things for you. So let's see what more energy is coming through. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I'm feeling like there's healing coming through for you. There's mercy, forgiveness, all this energy of the violet flame. But this is about movement for you. Okay, this is about moving forward, speaking your truth, expressing yourself, expressing your spiritual self, expressing your creative self. I feel like there may be things in your life that haven't been said, and maybe these are related to something traumatic. Okay, so and it's important to hold those accountable, but you don't have to be confrontational either. I feel like this group doesn't really want confrontations. They kind of want things to go smoothly. And unfortunately, healing the throat chakra has a lot to do with releasing that need for everything to go smoothly. Okay, things aren't always going to go smoothly. You'll probably upset people with some of the things you'll say, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to be smooth sailing. Okay, a smooth sailing life is a life unlived. Okay, life is messy, relationships are messy, people are messy, but when you are walking in your truth and you're speaking from a place of being truthful with yourself and others, and I don't mean that you've lied. What I'm saying is that we put on masks, and a lot of times we do the things people expect us to. Like for this group, I feel like you may be someone who went to college and fulfilled what your parents thought you should do, and you find yourself radically unhappy. Maybe you were never able to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to do that. I feel like there's been a lot of high expectations for this group, and many of you have sought to fulfill them, and it's left you kind of hollow because your goals that you thought were yours actually were goals and dreams of someone else. And it's time for you to create new blueprints for your life of what you want. You know, sometimes a lot of times our parents push us to like get our degree, get our whatever, and focus on our journey with that and put family off. And maybe you're someone who's like, you know what? I really want to get married and have kids. You know, I want to be a stay-at-home parent. I want to be there for my children. You know, it's different for different people. This may be that, you know, instead of being like an attorney, you want to be an artist, or, you know, there's something about life vision here that is adjusting. A blueprint is a vision for a building or whatever. It's usually a vision for like building a house or building a big building or a city. And this is a blueprint of your life. So think of your life as a building, you're building a foundation for this incredible, beautiful, you know, castle or building or house. Okay. And this is interesting what I'm getting here. Think about your life as if you're building a beautiful building. How would you lay the foundation? What would it look like? Would there be a water feature? That kind of thing. When you start to connect with, because many times our subconscious or our brain visualizes ourselves, our life as a house in dreams. Like if you find yourself in the basement, a lot of times, you know, that's dealing with like some root issues, like root chakra issues or deep subconscious issues. The attic can be like a state of enlightenment or consciousness. So it's different for different people. But I feel like there's a call here to create your life from a different perspective, and imagining your house as not your house, your life as a house that you're building blueprints for, can help you kind of see what you want to focus on, what's important to you. And I feel like that's the question with the new blueprints. What is important to you? What do you really want? Remove expectations, remove your degrees, remove your current relationship, remove all the outside things, and think about, what do you want in this life? It's hard. I got to that point, and I had been in bed for 6 years because of autoimmune disease. And I can remember thinking for years, if I could only get one chance, if I can only get one chance to get well, I'm going to take it and I'm going to run. That thought kept me going. That one chance, that one opportunity. And I didn't realize at the time, but that one good window of thought that I gave myself was building the blueprints for the life I'm living now. Okay? Because when the window opened up for me, I took it. And it required me picking myself. It required me putting myself ahead of others so I could get well. It required me disappointing people. It required me completely shifting into really expressing who I really am instead of wearing masks for other people. All of these groups today have really been about actualizing yourself and moving in your best interest, and understanding that when you move in your best interest, you catalyst other people to do the same. And people are threatened by it often. Pardon me. I'm coughing. Pardon me. I'm not cutting that out. So, okay. Let's get some more cards for you guys. This is exciting. I feel like there's a lot of exciting things coming for this group. Okay. Yeah. I feel you're probably an intellectual. Lady de los Muertos. Acceptance and equality. Okay. So this can be hard. Because many times when we're fixing to get on a new pathway, a new blueprint, we have to kind of accept where we are, and where you are may be in a state of unhappiness. I use my life as an example because I want people to understand that I understand how this feels to be in a situation where you wake up in your life and it's kind of a nightmare. I woke up to a complete mess. Everything that I thought I knew, I did not know. Okay. All the realities, all the people that I thought I could count on, I could not. My relationships weren't based in reality at all. And so not only was I dealing with that, I was dealing with the fact that my body was weak from being in bed. I still have my illness. I'm still affected by autoimmune disease to this day. But I've learned how to deal with it differently. And I've learned how to honor myself more. I still struggle with that. I still struggle with taking breaks. I still struggle. It's not a perfect process, okay? But what it does do is it moves you in a direction where you can be happy. Am I happier today than I was, 3 years ago, 6 years ago? Yes, absolutely. I have gotten so many rewards for moving in the direction that healed me, okay? One of those rewards was, and I don't talk about twin flames very often, but I have like a twin flame. And they showed up in my life, and it was shocking. It was shocking, you guys. Unexpected. More divine counterpart energy. But anyway, and many times, and I feel like maybe that's what's coming forward for you, is that this new blueprint is really about honoring yourself enough to realize the reality. If you're in a relationship right now, there's a reality in your relationship that you need to accept, okay? Maybe it's not fulfilling. Maybe you're with the wrong person, and they're not a bad person, okay? But you're just wrongly matched. And maybe it's time to break away from that. I feel an energy approaching you. I feel like it's an important, and all soulmates are important, but this seems to be a soulmate who's going to start not just a new chapter in your life, but a new book. So I feel like it's probably twin flame or divine counterpart energy. And let me tell you, it's going to probably surprise you, okay? For many of you, I don't think this is the person you're with, all right? Which is going to, immediately make you think, because I feel like your energy is like, I want to do the right thing. I'm loyal. I want to, make this work. And, this is just true, okay? And take what resonates here. But you can do all that's required, all the heroic efforts to revive a dead horse, okay? But if that horse is dead, it's dead. And you have to bury it. You have to let it go. And maybe you have a relationship or your job or something. I really feel like this is a relationship with you guys that you need to let go of. you're going to have to let go of it, bury the horse, mourn it, and move on. And I know that sounds very cut and callous. Sometimes Lilith comes across like that, but it's really important that you understand that you're not fulfilled. If you're not fulfilled in a relationship, you need to accept that you are not fulfilled. That's where you're at right now. And in order to move forward, you have to accept that, and you have to let go of the need to make it work. No matter, I'm telling you, I have tried to force things to work for years, and it doesn't work. Usually you end up staying too long in a situation that no longer serves you. And you're not serving the person either, because they're being blocked from what the life they could be living, right? So there's just some realities we have to deal with. Now that doesn't have to necessarily be a romance. This could be a friend. It could be a family member. And maybe you have a new friend that's coming forward. Maybe you've never had a best friend in your whole life, and that comes forward for you. It's going to be different for different people. So let me get some more energy here. There's definitely a shifting here of energies for you. So big time. This is huge. This is huge for you guys. Genie the Maid, Guardian of the Saints, Humility, Disillusionment, and Champion. So interesting. Group 2 also got a Champion card. So it's time for you to champion for yourself, okay? Sometimes you have to be the change. If you want change in your life, then you have to be open to being changed, changing your behavior, changing where you focus your energy, figuring out what you really want to do. That house, let's go back to those blueprints. If you were to create your life as a house, what would that house look like? What would that building look like? Would it have a water feature? I keep saying a water feature. Water is creativity. It's emotion. It's intuition. And I feel like for you guys, you may be a water sign. There may be an important water sign. There may be a water sign that's approaching you. But there's definitely an energy here of a flow. Like your energy may be a little stagnant, and there's a need here to flow with your life. So you need to become aware of the flow of your life. Some people are completely asleep in their life, and they don't see how life is flowing for them. And, that flow may not be perfect. Okay. There may be times where, you feel stagnant, but, the water eventually will begin to flow. Sometimes stagnancy is not really stagnancy. It's a pause. There's a difference between stagnancy. Stagnancy feels like pain. Okay. It's uncomfortable. A pause is uncomfortable, but it's not painful. Okay. So that's kind of the difference there. So let's get some more cards for you guys. I'm going to pull one from the Witch's Wisdom here. I've got so many cards on the table right now. Okay. Let's find out some more about this blueprint realignment. If you're single, this is you getting aligned, getting a new blueprint for your person. Okay. Some of you guys need to make a list of what you want in a person. Just like think of your person as a house, or your life as a house. What do you want in your life? What do you want in your person? What kind of relationship do you want to have? For me personally, I made an impossible list because I thought I could outthink the universe. You can't outthink the universe. You can't con the universe, okay? And I thought, I'm going to create a person that doesn't exist so that I don't ever have to deal with being in a partnership. Because, when you're in a partnership, you have to deal with your issues. You have to deal with your stuff so you're not toxic. And so I created an impossible list, and the universe brought them in. So, it's kind of crazy. Okay, so we have Summer, Watchtower of the South. I feel like summertime, there's going to be these new blueprints are really going to become in the forefront. This person, this energy may be coming forward for you around summer. There's a shift there in summertime. So I'm going to get one from the Sacred Power deck, and then I'm going to go into some tarot. All right, here we go. Okay, we have personal power. Yes. There's a need here for you to call your power back, okay? It's profound. You calling your power back. So what does that mean? That means that you don't give more than what you get, okay? You don't invest more in people than they invest in you. If you're with somebody who doesn't give you their time, then you know what? Maybe that's not your person. If you're with somebody who doesn't make you happy, maybe that's not your person. Okay. If you're with someone, and it doesn't matter if they're a twin flame, a soulmate, a divine counterpart, however you define them, it doesn't matter. You can be really unhappy with a twin and still have to leave. Okay. Still have to depart. And maybe you're meant to be with a soulmate and not necessarily a twin. So it's different for different people. Okay. So there's a whole lot of sounds coming from my corner right now. So personal power. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Okay. Let me get some tarot for you guys. Tell me more. I feel like they want to talk about this person a little bit. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is somebody who's going to be really all in. They're going to be, there's powerful attraction here. It's super intense and powerful. And hang on just a minute. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I went and got some of my love cards. So, yeah, we're going to go into the person that's approaching through these new blueprints, okay? All right, let me get this one. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think this is going to come at a time when you're feeling more independent, and you're working on probably a business, or you have a new job, or you're going to school and get training. You're becoming. You're in this element of becoming. And I feel like you're going to pull this person with this Ace of Wands here. Really passionate connection. You may be in a relationship that lacks that. And I feel like that's going to happen for you. We have Three of Wands, so a lot of passion here. This is something that you waited for. This is something that, because I see 3 here, but I'm feeling 4. I feel like there's going to be reasons to celebrate because this is something you've planned for. This could have to do with your business, or this could have to do with a person. It just, your career or love. I feel like for you, career and love are kind of connected. It's interesting as you really get into your energy of what you want to create, as you get into your flow in what you do for money. I feel like you heal so much. Okay. And I feel like that healing is going to call this person into you. They may actually come through your career or your business somehow. You may meet them through that window. Let me get a couple more cards here. I'm going to pull some love tarot cards, love oracle cards for you as well. Because I know you want to hear about this person. We have another Wands. We have 6 of Wands here. 6 of Wands is about victory. So this is going to be a happy person. They're going to make you happy. I think they're going to support you in whatever you want to do. And I feel like this person's probably abundant. And they're going to want to make sure that you love them for who they are, not what they can give you. So that'll probably be their thing that they're working through, okay? And that's why you working on your stuff and being so independent is important, because they'll love your independence. They'll love the fact that you make brave choices. They love the fact that you don't live to fulfill other people's expectations, and you don't need to be necessarily validated outside yourself. So, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles. So beautiful energy of really reaching a point where you're sowing your seeds. I feel like you're going to meet them through work in some work related way. Okay. And this is actually going to give them security. They're going to feel like, hey, this is someone who's not afraid to work. They're not afraid to push through. And they're going to love that. They're going to love that about you. So let's get into some love cards here. Let's find out more about your person. Sorry, my throat is kind of weird. So let's see here. Let me shuffle this deck. I feel like they're going to love your spunkiness. I feel like you're spunky. Maybe you're hiding this spirited part of yourself. Maybe only a few people get to see that. I feel like the spirited part of yourself is going to come out. The more charismatic, fun-loving, joking aspect. I feel like you're not going to take life as seriously, because you're going to understand how kind of life flows. You're going to understand the flow of life. You're going to understand that you can create a new life within the life you already have, you know. So it's a beautiful energy here. Here we go. We have wedding. Hey, I don't pull this card very often, you guys. So they are aligning you with someone you could marry. The situation involves marriage. So I feel like for a lot of you, I'm sorry, my voice is going. For a lot of you, if you're in a relationship, I just feel like this is a new person. I'm just going to be honest. And I feel like it's someone who's going to know they want to marry you, like immediately. They're going to know you're their person. And it doesn't mean that y'all won't take your time, but this person will know. They'll be very committed. You'll be very committed to them. And this is happiness. This is you being happy with the person you're with. Okay. Let me see there we go. You being happy with the person you're with. Yeah, it's very powerful. I don't know why my voice is going. Let's see here. All right. I got all these cards. Okay. Here we go. These are so hard to shuffle, but man, the messages are powerful. We have wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So this won't be a situation where you have to force it. In fact, you won't want to force it. You'll want to just kind of allow it to unfold, okay? Because this energy will pursue. Okay, there's an element of pursuit here. You won't have to move forward. You won't have to be the one reaching out. They're going to reach out to you. Okay, so it's important that you don't. This is going to take time. So if people start entering your life and you're thinking, could this be the one? Is this the one? That's a block. Okay, you have to just be open to, you may not meet this person for a couple of years. You may meet them tomorrow. You don't really know. You won't really know because the universe has a magical flow to it. Okay, and they really want you to be focusing on your independence and working and focusing on these new blueprints and what you want to do and finding joy in what you want to do and allowing this to unfold naturally. Okay, I'm going to get one more card from the romance. That's the Lover's Oracle. Yeah, I always get those confused. I'm going to get one more for you guys. One more. Let me see. Give me a card. This one, my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Okay, so this person is already sending you love. And in fact, you may start dreaming about them. As you begin to really pursue your own goals, your own dreams, your own ambitions, you may find that you start having dreams about this person. They, of course, will probably present where you can't see their face. And it'll be interesting because I feel like when you meet them, you'll remember these dreams and you'll put it together. That'll be the way you probably know this is your person. You'll also know because they'll pursue you. Okay, they'll reach out to you. You won't have to pursue them. This is somebody who's used to getting what they want. They're not afraid to work for it, and they're not afraid to wait. Okay, so there may be an element when you first meet of like, I'm scared, like this scares me, you scare me. So you may go slow, and they'll be okay with that. They'll be all right. In fact, they may think that's endearing. Because usually people, are after them for what they can give them instead of, really wanting to connect with them. This is somebody who really wants to know you, and you're really going to want to know them. All right. Oop, 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 oop. If they fall off the table, I'm not taking them. We have two cards here presenting. We have Eros, love. Again, this is a validation that your new blueprint involves new love, okay? This is a love of your lifetime. This is somebody who you're going to be really happy with, okay? And then we have cycles. So I feel like this new blueprint energy, you're entering a new cycle. And I feel like for you guys, summertime is going to be important in this new cycle. Okay, so as spring approaches, you may start feeling this energy really bloom, and in summer, it's going to really take off. Okay, so you may meet them in a summertime, or you may start working these blueprints in an active way during summer. Okay, all right, guys, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day, and I will talk to you next time. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.